What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a scary injury at a WWE live event, a WWE star gets abuse from fans, could it be a big night for Brock Lesnar tonight? Triple H had no idea this star was released, Shotzi gets engaged, Umaga's son Zilla Fatu makes his wrestling debut, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now first story looks at the injury bug strikes again. Now top stories for today deal with wrestling's ever prevalent injury bug. We'll look at two recent injuries in wrestling as well as an update on the condition of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Mercedes Money. We'll also examine the fallout from a recent injury to a SmackDown superstar, one which has put so much heat on a familiar face that's apparently deactivated his Twitter account because he's got so much abuse from fans. First is a scary injury at a live event. Now, was Bayley injured at a recent WWE live event? Fan footage has surfaced of the referee making the X sign, which is the not-so-secret code for a wrestler suffering a legitimate injury. The video shows Bayley holding a knee before being held backstage. Ringside News is reporting on an apparent fan video showing Bayley walking on her own after the match, although the article notes that she can be limping in the video. Bayley then tweeted her status, posting a photo of herself with an ice pack on her knee, saying, "I'll be alright, thanks everyone." Bayley returned from a lengthy injury-related absence at last year's SummerSlam, debuting her heel faction Damage Control. They were building to what looked like an internal rivalry between the role model and Damage Control member Io Sky, whose Money in the Bank win seems to be the catalyst that will break the group up. We'll continue monitoring this story and send our best to Bayley for a fast and full recovery. Next up, Mercedes Money injury update. While we don't know the extent of Bayley's injury, Dave Meltzer is updating fans on Mercedes Money, who suffered an ankle injury during a New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's title match against Willow Nightingale. Meltzer commented on the Wrestling Observer Radio that Mercedes had crutches still and still had a walking boot on, so the presumption is that she had surgery. She is still on crutches. We haven't heard anything about a timetable. Although her return date is unknown, Meltzer reported in a recent Wrestling Observer newsletter, the plan right now is that when she returns, she will face Guila for the New Japan Strong title. You may recall previous reports that AEW President Tony Khan was in talks with Mercedes prior to her injury, with some fans speculating that she might appear at Forbidden Door 2. Next up, WWE star gets abuse from fans. A Brawling Brutes member Ridge Holland is under fire again as some fans are blasting him for the injury Pretty Deadly star Elton Prince suffered during a tag match against Holland and Sheamus. Prince suffered a separated shoulder during the match and some fans took to Twitter to blast Holland for injuring him. Holland defended himself with a tweet that read, "So to set people straight before they get all pissy, it wasn't the belly to belly, it was a wonky landing from the pounce, out of my control, wishing Elton Prince a speedy recovery." According to Inside the Ropes, Ridge the Fridge later revealed that Prince suffered the injury during a wonky landing from the pounce and had nothing to do with the belly to belly, as some fans had claimed. Despite insisting that the accident was out of his control and wishing Prince a speedy recovery, Holland has now deleted Twitter after the abuse continued. The injury to Prince puts Holland into the spotlight again, albeit for all the wrong reasons, as he accidentally injured Big E in March of 2022, an injury that still has Big E out of action and one that may keep him from ever competing again. As Inside the Ropes reminded fans, Holland received death threats after accidentally injuring the beloved New Day member. Next up, is it a big night for Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar is returning to Raw tonight, and according to Dave Meltzer, the WWE has a big night planned for the Beast Incarnate in terms of the rumored rubber match between Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. Oh yeah, they're gonna set up that match. Maybe even the stipulation. Rumor has it that Rhodes and Lesnar could throw down in a bull rope match, about that Cody's dad Dusty Rhodes excelled at. If the WWE books a stip match between the Rhodes and Lesnar, what type of match should it be? Next up, is The Rock returning to wrestling? His interest in a Rock return has picked up ever since he and Grayson Waller exchanged insults on Twitter, with Grayson doubling down on things by inviting The Rock to appear on SmackDown. Meltzer shared his thoughts on a Rock return on a recent Wrestling Observer Radio, saying, "If he's doing this, he's doing it to put the guy over, obviously. If he's doing this, then he's doing this for a reason. Maybe he's gonna show up soon." They sure talk about it a lot. Maybe they talked about it because it's Dwayne Johnson. A Ringside News states it reached out to a source in WWE about a Rock return, saying a tenured member of the WWE creative team confirmed to us that as of now, there is nothing for Waller and The Rock. That being said, we were also told Rock is hurting for positive publicity, so there may be something in the works. This could bring a lot of positive attention his way. As we noted right before Hollywood actors went on strike, the door might seem open for a return by The Rock and or John Cena since their shooting schedules are on hiatus. However, two things could keep them from appearing. The first is the rumored clause in their contracts that prohibits them from wrestling while they're making a movie, and presumably even when the shooting is on hold. The second is the potential restrictions on either superstars showing up, as Hollywood actors are currently restricted from making outside appearances at events such as movies at premieres or autograph signings. While The Rock, or Cena for that matter, might be cleared to make an appearance as long as no physicality is involved, what about the restriction on outside appearances? Wrestling is a non-union form of entertainment that conceivably might allow them to appear. However, such appearance might be looked down upon, and one or both superstars might be reluctant to rock the boat and jeopardize future Hollywood gigs. Next up, Triple H had no idea his star was released. Saraya is a top star in AEW right now, but according to Saraya, Triple H had no idea that she'd be released, mistakenly believing that she wanted to leave the WWE. During an interview with Inside the Ropes, the former Page commented on how John Laurinaitis informed her last year that they wouldn't be renewing her contract. Saraya said she understood the company's reasoning since it wouldn't clear her to wrestle and had largely stopped using her. She commented the reason behind her exit was a surprise to Triple H. Then a month down the line, Vince and Johnny took a little hiatus, and then Triple H came and kinda took over, and they had no idea that they didn't renew my contract. He had no idea. He just called me and was just like, "So what's the deal? Did you just want to leave?" And I was just like, well, it wasn't that, it was just I wasn't of use, I guess, anymore, and that was on their side. According to Saraya, Triple H told her the door is always open for a WWE return. I had that conversation with Hunter and it was really great. He was like, if you want to come back, the door's open, and he was really gracious and kind, and he's always been. Do you think Saraya will return to WWE at one point? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Nick Aldis exits Impact Wrestling. And Nick Aldis has left Impact Wrestling after a short stay in the company, leading to questions about what's next for the talented star who worked in the NWA for several years before a rocky split from the company. PW Insider reports Aldis appears to be done with Impact following his loss at Slammiversary to Impact World Champion Alex Shelley. He was under a short-term deal with Impact, with some pundits speculating he wanted to test the waters there before signing any kind of long-term deal. He told Metro UK, "As far as WWE, timing is everything. I don't want to speak to it too much, but timing was a big factor. I think everyone knows that there's a lot going on there. Who knows, I don't want to speak too much about my conversations with WWE, and I certainly don't want to imply or suggest that I had a choice of anywhere to go. That would be disingenuous or dishonest. It's more about what's the best option right now. I did need a little bit of a mental break because I did put a lot of pressure on myself." AEW would also be another option, and presumably so would New Japan Pro Wrestling, but what do you guys think is next for Nick Aldis? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Dirty Dom's dire prediction. Dominic Mysterio is predicting big things for the Judgment Day. The group's junior partner shared a video during an announcement that he and Damian Priest will face undisputed tag team champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a non-title match on tonight's Raw. He noted that the group has already beat the champs twice, and he predicted that it's only a matter of time before the tag titles come to the Judgment Day. Next up, Umaga's son makes wrestling debut. Zilla Fatu is a son of former WWE superstar Umaga and is not only following in his famous father's footsteps by stepping into the squared circle, he's also using his dad's awesome finisher, the Samoan Spike, with a little variation. Wrestling News uploaded a video showing Zilla using the move at a recent event. The rumors of him eventually making his way to the WWE pan out. It should be interesting to see if he continues using the move, since his cousin Solo Sikoa uses it in honor of his uncle Umaga. Maybe we'll get Battle of the Samoan Spikes. And finally, Shotzi gets engaged. Last but not least, time for some more wrestling wedding news, as current SmackDown superstar Shotzi Blackheart is engaged to be married. As reported last week, she's shaved her head in order to show support for her sister Shawnee, who is battling cancer. Congratulations to Shotzi on this wonderful news. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.